just to bring the focus back a little bit to VeteranCrowd and the rest of that. I love the idea, right? Because, here we have Ringknocker, and our goal here is to sort of bring veterans, and specifically veteran officers together sort of one-on-one. But you guys have really created a machine to bring veterans together who do business, and also bring them together with merchants. Can you talk a little bit more about the offering, like what VeteranCrowd specifically does to make that happen?
Well, COVID is the real major pivot. And prior to COVID, we were actually hosting, events where we would bring in a guest speaker and have a cocktail reception and bring folks together that were veterans, because they never really knew it. And the networking became sort of the opposite of a middle school dance. I mean, it was just sort of everybody would go to the center. They would start speaking to one another. They would find common ground. And I knew things were going extremely well when they began insulting one another, and then they were exchanging business cards and going to work. So we've had to pivot a little bit, but the concept is that and we sort of we're trying to revamp our membership model, but there's individual memberships, there are corporate memberships, and then we have what we call partners. And partners are companies that are offering discounted goods and services to veteran-led businesses typically. But conceptually, we're helping you find one another so you can do a lot more business with veteran-owned or led businesses. And I use the term veteran-led because it's not 51% ownership. A lot of these very great veteran-led businesses, the veterans typically own some of it, but they might own 5% of a really good business. Sure. And they're the CEO. But the people that are in leadership positions that are setting the standard for the business, if they're veterans in those slots, that culture pervades through the organization. That's what we're looking for. And again, they're hard to find because you typically don't go around and tell people I'm a veteran-led business. Your little stat that I discovered, there's only about 1,000 companies in the United States that got service disabled or veteran-owned small business designation through the government. There's 2.5 million of them, and only 1,000 of them have that designation. So it's a much wider pool of businesses out there that are veteran-owned.